Hi, thank you for tuning in. My name is Ariana. I am a witch, an oracle, and a human design teacher. As Arani, I give readings and workshops, and I'm on here to share my insights and perspectives. And today I want to talk about what it means to be awake, my specific perceptions of the concept of being awake, because it's something that we talk about a lot from many different perspectives. But I have come to find that the way that we talk about being awake is mostly in the perspective of when you know certain things, when you're tuned into certain ideas about how the world works, then you are awake. And usually those ideas are what is being sold to you. So someone says, "Oh, you are awake when you know what I am about to tell you." And for me, being awake is much more of a mindset, a state of being, just to put it that way. Because you know how you can see things a certain way, and then somebody else sees them a different way, but both of you will say, "I am awake. I am seeing things clearly." So how does that really work? Is one asleep and or is one delusional? Or do we both have some aspect of the truth? That's how I came to see it my way, which is that being awake is a way of looking at things with critical thinking. Um, and this comes for me in two layers. In the first sense, that there's this ability to think critically, to make your own story out of things, to hear what someone is saying and not just take it at face value, not just take it for granted, not just hear what someone is saying and agree with it because it sounds convincing, but to actually take it in and run it along our own individual perception, everything that we've experienced in the past, our perception of the way things are now, all these different perspectives play into what we're actually hearing the other person say, how we're actually taking in the information that we're receiving. So being awake for me means that you're able to analyze and um, critically perceive what you are being told. So you hear what someone is saying and you look at the words, you look at the way they're speaking, you look at the words that they're using. What are they trying to bring across? So what is the message, not just the information that they're bringing, but also what is the message behind it? What are they trying to say? What is their intention that they are speaking with? What happens behind the scenes or underneath the surface? That's what the second layer for me is of being awake, is that you're able to perceive more than just the surface, that you're able to see in other people why they are saying what they're saying, what they mean by the words that they are using, whether they're using specific words to try and sound more convincing or to try and push your opinion in a certain perspective. And to hear someone speak and not just hear the information, but also hear what is happening within them. How are they feeling about what they are saying? Where does it come from? Because, it comes to the surface, but it takes a very long way to get to that surface. So are we able to perceive all those steps that it takes to get there? All those layers of personality, of emotion, of life experience that information moves through before it reaches that surface. So when you're able to tune into that layer, you're paying attention to a lot more than just the information being communicated. You're looking at body language, you're looking at tone of voice, you're looking at even layers that can't be seen, that you're only seeing with your third eye, because they're not really visible, they're not really audible on the surface, but that it's true. That what you're perceiving about that other person, that it's right, but you can't really explain it. You can't really say, oh, this is why this is like the way it is. And from that definition, being awake is not necessarily a state of being. It's not a solid thing. It's not an immovable state that you arrive to. It's a process of educating yourself, of finding those deeper layers within yourself, becoming more aware of what happens in our own journey of what comes to the surface. So opening up and discovering deeper layers of ourselves, because when we discover those, we are also able to perceive them in others. But when we are hiding them, when we don't want to perceive those deeper layers in ourselves, we're also not going to be able to be aware of them in other people. So that process of allowing ourselves to be in everything that we are allows us to also start to perceive others in all of what they are, even if they are not necessarily aware of it themselves. And this is a lifelong journey of discovering more layers, discovering more perceptions, more perspectives, more angles, to look at ourselves, to look at the world, to look at others. So it's not like saying, oh, I am here now, I am awake, I can see everything now, I get it, I see the truth. It's slowly, slowly discovering so many layers of ourselves and the world around us. Well, thank you for tuning in. I hope that this was informative and insightful. Please let me know what your experiences are with waking up, with being awake, with interacting in awakeness, in awareness. And I will see you in the next one.